massive progress. I mean, it feels massive. What were the commits I was doing last time? I had multiple branches. I had two things. Okay, I needed to add game modes to server creation so that the host could choose it and I don't have to go in here and manually set it as a variable. Now, you create the game and you go immediately into the lobby and then you choose what the game's going to be. Capture the flag, domination, team deathmatch. We'll do domination in this case. I'm gonna have another player join the game. And then I can start immediately and it'll auto assign teams, and maybe I have a parentheses here to show that, but it's fine for now. I'll do it in a second once I'm in. Cool. Alright, both players are in. Do 50-50 real quick. We'll split screen. Do like this. Okay. Alright, we're both in. We'll start the game now with the host. He auto-assigned teams 1 and 1. Don't know why I did that. I think it's when I'm recording it messes up, because it does this only when I'm recording. So, we're in, I don't remember, domination? So we can capture crystals, and you can see that the color is interpolating. Before I was doing it differently. I was just adding a number to a percentage, and once it hit 1, the crystal would be done. Now I literally use the color, and I just keep linearly interpolating until it's the correct color, until it's fully red, or in this case, it's going to be fully blue. It's almost there. I added a multiplier to speed it up. But, oh, also, here's one of the pieces. So now we can start capturing and stop. In this case, this one's already captured. I just left it right when it got captured, but here I can start and leave, and it starts back from where you left off. We also have contesting, and I'll show you that in a sec. So now, both teams are going to have a crystal apiece, and also we can see these across the map if I'm using my brain. See? Alright? 50-50, this is domination. So the client's going to win just because it makes more sense. I'm just going to blink here a bunch. Blink, 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 blink. Okay. And now, so if you're standing at your crystal, but it's already captured, it prevents someone from capturing it because you're contesting automatically. But if I'm not contesting, someone else can come up and contest, and someone can capture, but now I can contest and stop it from being captured. So if he leaves, then I start to take it back and it becomes blue. If I leave, then he can go and take it back to be red. Divine light. Divine light. Divine light. Oh wait, bro. Holy light. Okay, I need to turn off the modulator because it sounds really bad when it gets too high pitch. Cool. And so red already captured 1 point here. I've captured another, and now I've won because this is domination. And also the game will end in a sec. I could just resume real quick, but now it takes everybody out safely so it doesn't crash the game. It was doing that before, but now it actually kicks you out. Cool. Other things, so now we're going to do the same thing but capture the flag. And same thing, I was just revamping the crystals, and really it was domination. That was the point because... actually, no, it is both. Because... I think... the capturing also works like that in Capture the Flag too. It's just that in Capture the Flag, there's that spawning dynamic, where in Domination, the enemy team could have 2 out of 3 points, and one of them could be your base. There's no home base in Domination. In Capture the Flag, there is. And when your home base is taken, your flag is taken, in this case, then you can't spawn. And if you all die after you can't spawn, you lose the game. In Domination, it doesn't matter if you all die. It doesn't matter if most of the points are taken. Only when all of the points are taken do you lose. In Capture the Flag, you only lose once your flag is taken and you're all dead. So we'll join the game now. Actually, we'll create one first. We'll do Capture the Flag this time. Join up. I'm hoping that I can make this faster. It is a lot faster. I think I haven't tested it in a few days. When you're doing a standalone game, but in the editor it takes a while because it's on one process. Oh, that's probably actually the reason. It's on one network, and somehow it just takes longer. I don't know the semantics. I just don't have a deeper understanding, unfortunately. Okay. Two things here, alright? So, this guy, he doesn't even need to capture his own, but that's dangerous, because if he dies, GG. Literally GG if he dies. So I'm going to make him look up. The client's going to win again, because it's harder, or well, it makes more sense to make the client win and test things on the client, because the client requires things to be replicated to it, whereas the server has it by default. So everything could be going recover. Everything could be going completely fine on the server, but be fucked up on the client. So that was how it was when I made spells in the beginning. I didn't touch any replication, so the second I added a second player in the mix, where's the fireball? Oh, I actually have to manually replicate it. Blink, 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 blink. I added 1,000 to the distance of blink, just seemed better. Blink, 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 blink. Okay. So, he's captured this. He's going to capture this one now. And we'll see. We should be able to contest. We can contest. And it'll resume. And so now nothing. But then if I leave, it goes red. If the capturer leaves, then it goes back blue because it's a home blue base. So, it really doesn't matter. The color is just whatever the team is. So it doesn't actually matter that it's a blue base. Oh my! I think it's because it's hearing my music or something in the background. I need to fix some audio stuff at some point, maybe. Or just say, don't play music when you're playing the game. So. Alright. So, nobody can respawn, because he's captured mine, but he doesn't own his own. I don't have mine either, so I can't respawn either. And you can see this little red tick on the bottom that means that I can't respawn. But he also has that. So, whoever gets the kill here wins. So they're both in an equal position. He should have captured his own base. That's the important part to capture the flag. But lightning bolt, crunch. So team 1, that's the red team. We don't even have our own base, but because he didn't have his and he died, he can't respawn. The game's over. That's capture the flag. Cool. So that's it. It took a while to add that. The commits involved, let's see, not too many, honestly. So I tried doing what I initially wanted to do with the lobby system by adding it here, so you specify the game mode here and then people can see the game mode as they're joining. I don't think I'm going to be able to offer that because in Unreal, I can't get the seamless travel networking shit to work. There's the setting that you need in your game mode called seamless travel. And basically it allows your player's properties. Right now, there's a player state that exists. And when I create a game, now there's another player state. My first one was destroyed, now I have a new one. But whenever yours gets destroyed, a function is automatically called to copy the current player state's properties into the other. So there's a little bit of overlap. It's calling the new one with arguments in the constructor. So, for some reason, I just can't get that to work. You have to do it you have to open your game always in a standalone, which is a pain in the ass. You have to always, so maybe it's a thing I do at the last minute, like before I actually ship the game. But for now, fuck no. You have to you have to run it in a standalone game every single time. 2, you have to go in and turn off this, I don't remember if I think it's an editor preference. One process? Run under one process. You have to turn that off so that there are separate networks going on, something like that. And then you have to replace it's the server widget. Oops. Misclick. Misinput. Hey, what? Took so long. You have to replace opening the level with server travel. And for whatever reason, I just can't get the information to actually transfer. Maybe at some point, but not now. So, fuck it. I fully embrace the lobby is the game. We're in the game right now. We select this. I'm in the lobby right now. This is the lobby. I can't cast spells right now, but if I could, I'd go up and you would see the world down there. And maybe I can make it so I can unrender that. And then I render it in when you spawn for better frames or whatever here, but I guess it doesn't matter, right? And this doesn't cost anything up here either. So that's it. You choose it once you're in the game. Maybe you get in the game and you talk to the buddies and then you decide what you want to play maybe. Seems fun. And it's the host. So the host says it. So fuck it. Maybe that's a bad thing and maybe people leave because the host wants to do a game that you don't. Something like that. I don't know. But whatever. Fuck it. It's fine, I think. But so contesting points works. What else did I do? So I added that so you can choose the game mode now at runtime. I added blur to the widgets because some of the widgets with buttons stack on top of each other. Like, for example, this widget was stacking on top of this widget, and you could see it all. And that widget was also stacking on top of the score. So it's one on top of another, on top of another. So I just added blur to the top too, so you can't see the stuff behind it. It seems cleaner. The game also kicks you out. I changed the logic in the crystals. So now when we're updating crystal colors, it's so much easier. I'm just doing lerp, and I'm multiplying by delta seconds so that every little bit of frame time, however long it takes for the computer to process a frame, is multiplied by some, I guess it's that. It's like the final color, I think that's what it is actually. It's probably the final color minus my current color, that's the distance, and then I divide that by, or I multiply that by this tiny little frame time. That way, I do little slices of adjusting, and I'm setting the color to be that next little slice until I eventually get there. I think that's how interpolation works. I'm just guessing, I've never actually thought of it, so that probably makes the most sense, I think. So we get the current color of the crystal, and then we check, hey, is it already captured? Is it already blue? That's how we tell if it's already captured. Instead of checking all these percents and stuff, I just check, is it already blue? Because we go by blue, the color. And then I do a little debug print, and then we update the color to be the next little interpolation. Cool. And every time we set the color, we have to do this on all clients so that everybody sees it, so we have to do rep notify. We can't do it on the server because it's not enough. It won't automatically replicate a dynamic material instance, an MID. Or, yeah. So, if it's, what is this? If it's not, then we're going to print out, all right, hold, what? No, if it already is captured, then we're going to say, okay, who captured it? It's not being captured anymore because now I use this to check things. I set the percentage, that way things can check to see if it's fully captured or not and which team has it. There's probably a better way of doing this, but it's fine for now. And then, yeah, that's basically it. I also have another check too for this contesting logic. So I basically, whenever anybody gets on a crystal and you overlap with it, we check to get all the players who are overlapping. And we check to see what their teams are. Well, are they all on the same team? If they are, a new player entering should not stop. There's no contesting. It shouldn't stop the progress. It should stay the same. No touchy. So no touchy. If they're different, team 1 and a team 2 guy enters, they contest. How we check that is we save the first guy's team, and then we just compare all the rest. There are only 2 teams. So if I save the first guy's team and it's team 2, and someone else on team 2 joins, okay, they're the same. But someone else on team 1 joins, they conflict. And we say, hey, we did not find this new team in our array. There are multiple teams contesting. They're different types. I also save that first guy as a capturing player. That way, I use the same function whenever we're leaving the crystal. And then we check again who's overlapping. If nobody's overlapping, then we print that and then we stop progress so that you can't just tap it, leave, and it's still being captured. You're not capturing it. You're gone. But we use this player here. Basically, let's see, what do we do? The point is, if there's a player on the crystal and you just left, then that guy should be the one capturing. And maybe there are 2 people on it. So one guy joined, well, he's this guy. But then someone else joined later, then he's this guy. The point is, if there's contesting, this guy doesn't matter. There's no progress. But if they're not contesting and they're the same team, then either one of them needs to be initiating this capturing again. That way, when we're contesting, no progress, but when they leave, I don't want the guys to have to leave the crystal and then re-enter its collision area, or this collision volume, to start capping again. It should just start capping. So we check whenever someone leaves and whenever someone enters if we need to resume capping or not. So we check, is it being contested? If it is, stop capturing. If it's not, then hold, oh wait, yeah. So this is leaving. So if I have left, if someone is still there and it's not being captured because it wasn't, we stopped it. It was being contested, so it was not being captured. When it's being contested, we make it not be captured. So if it's not being captured, but there's someone there, we need to start capturing it again. So what do? We use one of those guys who was on it to start capturing. And if they're contesting, then this won't even be used. So because nothing will happen if it's being contested. So sync is true, it'll stop. So yeah, I mean, that's basically the logic. Oh, I also added a game mode check so that the crystals are only enabled for certain game modes, which is fine. They just don't do anything anymore on Team Deathmatch, which is good. Actually, this has been there for a while, I think. I think I'm just being retarded. What else? Yeah, if there are multiple teams contesting when you enter, so if there's one guy on it and he's capping, and you enter, and now you're contesting, it's now true that you're contesting, we stop. But if you enter and there was nobody on it, we weren't contesting, maybe it was empty, maybe not, we don't care. The point is, if it wasn't being contested, start capping, if it wasn't already capping. I was thinking for a sec about two people being on the same team. Does it speed up if I don't check to make sure that, like right now I don't check if it's already been capped. So if it's already been capped and someone else comes on, does it make it faster? That's like kind of how it should be. But I don't really care about that one way or another. But I'm going to put two people in real quick and I'm going to test that because I haven't thought about that till now. Oops, got to create a game. And eventually I'll make this UI better. This is all just stuff that I learned from basic little tutorial stuff. It's not how I would make it, but I just followed the tutorials because I find those more helpful for just learning how to actually do this stuff. And now I understand a lot of this. So replication and whatnot, I'm a lot better in it. I guess it's just hearing myself loudly in my ears pisses me the fuck off. No, fuck! Oh, I cucked it. They're supposed to be on the same team. Got a lot of work in. Started at like 9 this morning. Just kind of do this and then watch you. And then watch YouTube for a sec. Okay. So if I start capping. No change. It just prints that there's another guy on it. The timeline's not going to go any faster. So cool. Oh, because it's just two people notifying the server to start. It's not duplicating and going. The timeline's the same speed. Cool. Good to know. Okay, that's it. What changes did I make? I just moved nodes around. I'll just discard those changes. I didn't make anything good. What else? This is good to go through the commit history. Crystal capturing stops and resumes. Oh, yeah, I made it so that if you leave, it'll stop. Because before, it would just continue. You would tap the crystal, and you could be moving to the next point, and it would still be capping, which is not accurate. There was an issue. Oh, there was an issue where if two people are on the point, and it would stop. It would be contesting. This included the contesting. Oh, I can't amend it because it's not the most recent one. I can only do that. Okay, it's fine. So I added contesting as well. But player 1 starts capping, player 2 gets on, contests. Player 2 leaves, player 1 wouldn't start back again. And it was so easy. It was a stupid little thing. I literally just forgot that in the logic for the crystal, you have to tell the player to start capping, or hold. Yeah, that's it. You have to tell the player to start capping, but you have to pass them which crystal to cap. You gotta pass them the reference. That was it. I literally just forgot that, so it wasn't capping anything. Oh, also, another thing. I was capping and then I killed my character, and then it kept capping. Oh, duh. He's still colliding with it. It's still going to be capping. So I just turn collisions off when you're dead, and then when you respawn, they turn back on. Which is perfect. Red was also always capturing because I made 2 functions to increment the color. When I did the revamp and I changed this from being percentages and a bunch of wacky little local variables, I had like 6 or 7 here because it was like an increment to add a percent, another one that was actually tracking a percent, and like 2 or 3 others, and then a destination percent and a minimum percent. No, I don't need any of that anymore because this is better. The problem is I made this function and then I copied it and just deleted the other one, and I replaced the names with red. So I went in here and I typed in red, or I typed in blue instead of red, but I forgot to update the blue one from still setting red. It was still updating red, so even when blue capped both points, everything would print blue 1, but the windscreen, which uses this, would print red. So I just had to swap that back. And then no cleanup, and then I added a crystal multiplier in the capturing, which is, yeah, it is here, okay. And it's just our lerp. Because the crystal multiplier, or the speed that we capture is pretty damn slow. It's like 15 seconds maybe. So I added this to make it closer to like 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that area. I don't really know how fast it is. But now I can fuck around with it. So I actually have a parameter that I can adjust. So, yeah, but I didn't do anything just now, so I'll close this. Kill the changes. Oh, I don't know what it was just saying, but okay. That's it. What's next? I think actually I'm gonna start modeling. I'm gonna open up this guy, Blender, and then start modeling a wizard, and then add him, and then I can start doing a map. I really didn't want to start work. I didn't want to do any of the semantics of domination because I didn't get burnt out, but I was working on game modes for so long. It wasn't even so long. It was literally like 2 days, and I'm getting a lot faster as I become learned. But I don't know, it felt like the things that I was working on, I could fully flesh out later. Like, oh, I don't need to do contesting and domination right now, but no, everything is great. It works beautiful now. The game runs pretty nicely. So, yeah, I guess I'll package up the current build tonight, or right now. Fuck it, yeah, like literally right now, I'll go ahead and start packaging. I'll show you a bug if it pops up too. It happens pretty regularly. If Unreal ever updates automatically, it'll break your packaging. And what you have to do is verify the files in your Epic Launcher for the engine without updating it, and that will fix it. And for me, one of the things that breaks it is this. If I fix these, it has some little bugs in here, and here it is, NuGet packages. If I go and change those and uninstall the ones that I currently have, it will make it so packaging doesn't work anymore, because that NuGet stuff is used by Unreal. So Visual Studio says, hey buddy, these are outdated. But Unreal says, no, those are perfect. So I can't fuck that up. So, see if packaging is smooth. It's 2 gigs once packaged, which is fine. It's not getting any bigger as I add more stuff, so it's cool. Nice. Do another file, another folder. New. Am I? Oh, I actually have to right click somewhere else. Wow. Am I getting Unk status? It's totally not here. Okay. 14 game modes, right? Yeah, those only had scores, and that was only team deathmatch. So we'll say game modes, team deathmatch, domination, capture the flag, contesting, flag contesting, respawn, something like that. Bum. That's it. Fuck it. I'll package it. It'll work, and then I'll just save it for later. Cool. All right. Next up is, yeah, I think blendering. I'm gonna learn how to make a basic little human model and then rig them up, get some basic animations going, and then some sounds, and then yeah, this is gonna be nice. It's gonna be real nice. And then I get to optimize, and then I probably start optimizing spells more. I already reduced the particle counts as much as I could, but I'll do whatever else I can. Because like if you look up while you're in the standalone game, you get 240 FPS, which is good. But if you're actually looking at the world, you get like 100. And I want to trim that down because there's nothing in this game. It's just Unreal stuff that I have to learn to optimize. I want to be one of those devs who actually. Hooligans outside. I want to be one of those devs who. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. One more. Had to clear the apartment light speed really quick. That's fast. I can be fucking quick when I want to. Holy shit. Okay. It's packaged already? Good. I just heard it. Was that it? Wizards? I need to make the model, color it, animate it, or rig it, animate it, get sounds, create animation states in the game, jumping, falling. I think that's it for now. Yeah, fuck it. All right, I'm excited. Oh, I'm also fucking tired. Gotta go to bed in maybe an hour. Might just fuck around for an hour. It's been like 14 hours of work. It's not bad. Or 15? Yeah, 15. It's pretty good. KO.